Number 15. The night butterflies of Dubai. You might not believe it, but when night falls, another Dubai emerges. Behind the dazzling skyline lies a hidden world of night butterflies. Young women who came here chasing dreams of a better life, only to find themselves trapped in those very dreams. Most of them come from developing countries in Asia and Africa, lured by promises of jobs in hospitality or tourism. But once they arrive, their passports are confiscated, and their new jobs turn out to be something entirely different. On the surface, Dubai shines like Las Vegas in the desert, but underneath, thousands of women live in silence, working in private bars or becoming high-end companions for the elite. In neighborhoods like Dera and Marina, whispers of secret parties are nothing unusual. Some women are so desperate they chase potential clients into elevators just for a chance to survive. What's strange is that in a city ruled by strict religious laws, all this happens openly, yet it never appears in the media. Dubai keeps its spotless image as a scandal-free paradise, while the night butterflies remain the shadows behind its glittering lights. Number 14. A city built on sand and debt. Dubai sounds like a modern fairy tale rising from an empty desert to become the world's symbol of luxury, where supercars roar down the streets and skyscrapers pierce the clouds. But the truth is, this city of gold doesn't stand on oil. It stands on debt. Many people assume Dubai's wealth comes from oil, but in reality, less than 5% of its GDP comes from petroleum. The rest is fueled by real estate, tourism, finance, and massive foreign loans and investments. In 2023 alone, Dubai's public debt surpassed $160 billion, roughly equal to the entire GDP of Kansas. Back in 2009, the city nearly defaulted on $120 billion of debt, until oil-rich Abu Dhabi stepped in with a massive bailout. Behind billion-dollar projects like Palm Jumeirah and the Burj Khalifa lie layers of international credit deals and an army of low-paid South Asian workers who built the luxury they'll never enjoy. Dubai is often praised as a city that rose from the sands. But look closer, and you'll see it's also a city built on staggering loans and a speculation-driven economy. Number 13. The supercar graveyards of Dubai. If there's one place on earth where you can see dust-covered Ferraris, abandoned Lamborghinis, and Rolls-Royces half-buried in sand, it's Dubai. Behind the city's glamorous image, where supercars line up outside seven-star hotels, lies a different kind of spectacle. Hundreds of luxury car graveyards, where million-dollar machines are dumped like old toys. Every year, more than 3,000 supercars are abandoned across Dubai, from McLarens and Bugattis to Porsches. Why? Because in Dubai, going bankrupt is a criminal offense. When a business owner or investor can't pay their debts, they don't just lose their assets, they risk prison. For many, the only way out is to vanish, leave the car, the money, and their entire life behind. Ironically, many of these cars are brand new, some even left with the keys still in the ignition, baking under the desert sun in police impound lots. They've become the perfect symbols of excess and instability, in a city obsessed with proving it's bigger, faster, richer. Number 12. The world's strangest dining rules. When visiting Dubai, keep these rules in mind, or you might lose a few $dozen for just taking a sip of water. In a city famous for its gold-plated supercars and the world's largest shopping mall, Dubai also has regulations that leave many Western tourists stunned. One of them, absolutely no eating or drinking on the metro, buses, or even inside stations. If you take a sip of water in the 110 degrees Fahrenheit, 43 degrees Celsius desert heat, you could be fined 100 dirhams, about $27, for drinking in the wrong place. Authorities say the rule helps maintain cleanliness and Dubai's perfect city image. But to many visitors, it feels like living in a world where every move is under constant watch. And don't forget, during Ramadan, Eating or drinking in public during daylight hours is considered an insult to religion and can lead to heavy fines or even short-term detention. Number 11. Dubai's billionaire obsession with pet lions. In most places, people walk their dogs in the park. In Dubai, some people take lions for a ride in the passenger seat of a Lamborghini. For the ultra-wealthy, keeping baby lions, tigers, or leopards isn't just a hobby, it's a status symbol. A lion cub can cost up to $50,000, and flaunting one on Instagram has become the unspoken way to measure wealth. On social media, you'll find images of Dubai billionaires letting lions sit in the back seat of a Rolls-Royce or feeding milk to tiger cubs inside gold-plated mansions. But the dark side is this. When these power pets grow up and become dangerous, they're often abandoned or sent to unlicensed private facilities. Dubai officially banned owning wild animals as pets in 2017, yet the practice quietly continues among the elite. International organizations have even listed Dubai as one of the world's hotspots for illegal wildlife trade. Comment 8. If you think lions belong in the wild, not on the leather seats of a Rolls-Royce. Number 10. Sonapur, the Golden City, built on workers' pain. Behind Dubai's golden towers and luxury malls lies a city most tourists will never see, Sonapur, which means City of Gold in Hindi. But instead of gold, it's built on the sweat of over 150,000 migrant workers from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and the Philippines who came to build the Dubai dream. In stark contrast to the glamour of the Burj Khalifa, Sonapur looks more like an industrial dormitory than a residential area. 6 men share a small room where temperatures can reach 120 degrees Fahrenheit, 50 degrees Celsius, and the air conditioners hum weakly, like old garage fans in Texas. They work 12-hour days for about 800 dirhams, roughly $200 a month, while a single cappuccino in downtown Dubai costs nearly $10. Many came with promises of stable jobs, clean housing, and health insurance. But once they landed, their passports were seized, their pay delayed, and their hopes confined within windowless rooms. As they scrape by, the 7-star hotels they built rise above them, monuments to someone else's dream. Sonapur doesn't exist on any map, yet it's the real foundation of Dubai's glory. They call it the City of Gold, but for these men, it's where dreams turn to dust. Number 9. Burj Khalifa, the hidden truth behind the world's most luxurious icon. The Burj Khalifa, Dubai's pride and symbol of human ambition, soars 2,717 feet into the sky, piercing through the clouds. But behind its dazzling facade lies a story few people know. The massive tower has over 200 floors, but only about 160 are actually used. The rest is just hollow steel stretching into the sky, a needle built more for prestige than practicality. Although it's promoted as one of the world's most exclusive commercial and residential centers, only around 20% of its interior space is occupied. Most of the ultra-luxury apartments remain empty because of staggering maintenance fees and utility bills that can reach thousands of dollars each month. And here's the biggest irony. This $1.5 billion building has no sewage system. Every day, dozens of trucks line up around the Burj Khalifa to collect more than 15 tons of waste and haul it across the city by hand. It's a sight hard to believe in a so-called city of the future. In Dubai, you can touch the clouds from your $150 million apartment, but your waste still travels by truck. Comment 2. If you think Dubai should fix its sewage system before building another skyscraper. Number 8. Palm Jumeirah, the sinking wonder. Palm Jumeirah, the world's most famous man-made palm-shaped island, is a symbol of Dubai's wealth and innovation. From above, it looks like a flawless masterpiece. Million-dollar villas lining its fronds, surrounded by the turquoise waters of the Persian Gulf. But beneath that glittering surface lies an uncomfortable truth. the island is sinking. Geologists have confirmed that Palm Jumeirah is subsiding at an average rate of about 0.2 inches, 5 millimeters per year, while surrounding waters are eroding the coastline due to disrupted natural currents. Once crystal-clear waters have turned murky, and more than 70% of nearby coral reefs and seagrass beds have been destroyed since the island's completion. Maintenance costs are now estimated to exceed the tourism profits the island generates. Wealthy villa owners spend hundreds of thousands of dollars each year just to stabilize their foundations and keep the sand from washing away. Once a global symbol of prosperity, Palm Jumeirah now stands as a costly warning about the dangers of defying nature for artificial glory. Comment 4. If you believe some wonders should be left for nature to create, not humans to force into existence. Number 7. The empty towers. Dubai was once hailed as the fastest-growing city on Earth. But after 2 decades of feverish construction, thousands of luxury apartments now stand empty among its glittering towers. Estimates suggest that over 30% of Dubai's skyscrapers have no real residents, just hollow shells in a global speculation game. For many wealthy investors, buying an apartment is like collecting watches not to live in, not to rent out, but simply to park money safely, or sometimes to cover shady dealings. Some buildings have never had their lights turned on since opening day. These $100 million glass towers have become ghost properties scattered across the city, especially in areas like Business Bay and Dubai Marina. Look down at Dubai from a plane at night and you'll see a surreal sight: hundreds of glowing towers. Yet behind those bright facades lies nothing but darkness. Comment 6. If you think overbuilding just to flaunt wealth is one of the biggest wastes of our modern world. Number 6. The golden generation's privileges in Dubai. In many countries, young people struggle to pay off student loans, rent tiny apartments, or work 10-hour days just to survive. But in Dubai, a completely different generation is growing up, one where adulthood means being fully funded. Young Emiratis, the native citizens of the UAE, have their entire education paid for by the government, even if they study in the US or the UK. When they get married, they're given a free villa, sometimes worth more than $400,000, along with a generous cash marriage allowance. On top of that, they receive domestic staff drivers, chefs, and gardeners, all hired from low-wage migrant labor. And if they ever feel exhausted, the government even offers mental recovery retreats designed exclusively for young citizens. This generation was born into a hyper-modern society almost completely free from financial pressure. But that comfort has also created a generation some say is overly pampered. Many have never had to work a real job and rely entirely on state benefits. Private businesses complain that productivity in the UAE's public sector is 40% lower than the global average, yet salaries are nearly double. When everything is handed to you, creativity and competitiveness slowly fade away. Number 5. A city without a native culture. Dubai may be the place where anything is possible, but there's one thing rarely found here, locals. Out of more than 3.6 million residents, 90% are foreigners, making Dubai one of the cities with the lowest percentage of native citizens in the world. The city functions like a miniature version of the planet. Taxi drivers from Pakistan, chefs from the Philippines, engineers from India, and servers from Kenya. As for native Emiratis, they make up less than 10% of the population, most working in government jobs with high pay and short hours. The result is a cultural ghost city, a place without traditions or customs, changing so fast that even its own people barely recognize it. It's a strange paradox, a global city without a real soul. Many travelers describe Dubai as a giant movie set, everything shiny and flawless, yet oddly devoid of human warmth. Skyscrapers, luxury malls, and Michelin star restaurants dominate the skyline. But finding an authentic piece of local culture can take forever. Dubai might be a place people come to dream, but very few stay to belong. Number 4. The most mysterious ghost village in Asia. Deep in Dubai's vast desert lies a strange place called Al Madam, a village that seems to exist only in daylight and vanish when night falls. This eerie phenomenon has puzzled scientists and travelers alike, earning it the chilling nickname, the Ghost Town of Dubai. Built in the late 1972 as a modern settlement for Bedouin families, Al Madam is now nothing but crumbling houses, shattered windows, and dunes of sand piling up to the rooftops. Residents left suddenly, in silence, abandoning homes now slowly swallowed by the desert. No one knows exactly why they left. Some say the shifting sands and desert storms made the area unlivable. Others whisper that something supernatural drove the entire community away overnight. Today, Al Madam has become one of Dubai's darkest tourist attractions, a haunting destination for photographers and thrill seekers. Sand spills through doorways, creeps over beds, and buries staircases, creating a surreal scene straight out of a post-apocalyptic Hollywood movie. Number 3. The pressure to show off in Dubai. In Dubai, everything has to sparkle, from the car you drive to the watch on your wrist, even the cup of coffee you post on Instagram. Among the young and wealthy, luxury isn't just a choice, it's a social obligation. Young Emiratis and rich expats rush to buy supercars, Rolex watches, and Hermes bags not because they need them, but because they fear being seen as less wealthy in a city where your neighbor might drive a Bugatti. In Dubai, even high school students post pictures of going to school in a Bentley, and Sunday brunches can cost over $1,000 per person just for the photo. A survey in the UAE found that nearly 45% of people under 30 admit to spending more than they earn, and almost half say they fear being judged if they don't live as luxuriously as their friends. This obsession with image has created enormous pressure on the younger generation to constantly prove they're rich enough to be respected. Number 2. Dubai wastes $3.5 billion worth of food every year. Dubai is known as a food lover's paradise, where you can find fresh sushi from Japan, Wagyu beef from Australia, and caviar from Russia, all in the same 5-star breakfast buffet. But behind the gold-plated tables and untouched dishes lies a truth that's hard to digest. Roughly 38% of all food prepared daily in the UAE is thrown away, worth about $3.5 billion every year. While many countries are fighting to reduce food waste, Dubai quite literally burns money to maintain its image of luxury. Restaurants import almost everything from European strawberries to seafood from the Arctic, creating massive carbon emissions from shipping. In fact, a single healthy salad in Dubai may have traveled farther than a flight from New York to Los Angeles. The dark side? Most of these expensive meals are never even touched. At this rate, Dubai may soon not only have the tallest buildings in the world, but also the largest mountains of food waste on the planet. Number 1. The deepest wealth gap in Asia. Behind Dubai's futuristic skyline lies the Middle East's deepest wealth divide, where 1% live among the clouds and 99% live beneath the sand. At one end of the city, gold-plated Rolls-Royces glide past luxury shopping malls. At the other, thousands of migrant workers are packed into metal dormitories, where temperatures exceed 120 degrees Fahrenheit, 49 degrees Celsius, earning as little as $200, $300 a month. While one billionaire might spend $50,000 on dinner, a laborer sends most of his small paycheck home, barely enough to feed his family. Dubai's GDP per capita ranks among the highest in the world, yet an estimated 80% of its residents own no personal assets at all. This contrast makes Dubai feel like a two-faced mirror, one side reflecting the brilliance of its skyscrapers, the other hiding the shadows of its labor camps, far from the eyes of tourists. We've just explored 15 dark sides of living in Dubai. Hopefully, you've gained a new and thought-provoking perspective on this fascinating country. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.